What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, it helps me get into the algorithm. It's free. It don't cost anything. You know, come on. You know, you can't turn down free stuff. Now, don't forget to check out my second channel, Man in Society, where we talk about stuff outside of the street. What I wanted to talk about was a question that I was asked by one of my subscribers was that they don't understand the purpose of why gangs feud with each other, why they can't put their differences aside, why there's beef between groups, you know, that it's pointless, it's senseless, you know, that they're dumb, you know, that they just don't understand, right? Now, I get from where you're coming from, you know, of course, you know, when you're not a part of something, you know, it's hard to understand, you know, exactly the mental or how it works, right? But the thing is that society does understand, they just pretend like they don't. You get what I'm saying? Although you get nothing from it, it's pointless, it's dumb, you know, all true. Unless you come from that world, right, and, you know, walk in them shoes, then you truly will never understand, from where they're coming from. But in a sense, people do understand the dislike, the rivalry, one side thinking that they're better than another side, because it happens all around us. We're bred it this way. You know what I mean? We're prideful. You know, as human beings, we're prideful. Um, you know, foolish. Um, you know, humans then themselves, you know, we're imperfect, right? We make errors. Our emotions get the best of us, and et cetera, right? So you can understand, you know, how easy it is for everything to go sideways, because, like I said, it's all around us. We're bred it this way. You know, why Dodger fans are not too fond of Giant fans and vice versa. That's not even gang related, meaning it just in general. Why the Laker fans think that we're better than the Celtics, because we are. um, why, you know, Republicans think that they're the ones that are right and Democrats are the dumb ones and foolish ones, and vice versa. UCLA, USC, why one college thinks that, or one university thinks they're better than another university, even though UCLA is number one. Um, why, with everything, even, high schools and stuff like that, Roosevelt and Garfield, Pauley and San Fernando, to Bell and HP, to Michigan and Ohio, like so many, rivalries, and certain groups thinking that they're better, right? It's kind of like saying, a lot of people hate on California, right? They hate on Los Angeles, California, and all that because for some odd reason they think that we look down on everybody else or we talk shit about every other state when it's not true. But yet people from Chicago, people from Texas, from Atlanta, and places like that, they think that we do that, so they tend to, be like, oh, you guys from California think you guys are the shit, you guys think you're better, and, but if you come over here, you guys ain't nothing. Like where's all this energy coming from? You know what I mean? Like what's up with everybody? Like, why does everybody always come sideways? It's like people always say that we think that we're this and we're that, and we say this and that, when I never hear nobody, down here talk bad about California or Chicago or New York or any place like that. Yet everybody else from these states think that we do. I don't know where they get that idea from. Maybe it's because everybody always, puts the light on California because of the whole Hollywood scene and movies and stuff like that. That maybe, they're like, hey man, we're just as dangerous as them. We're just as badass. Like, why do they only get the love and the lights, Maybe that's what it is. Because I truly don't understand, even people from Northern California feel that people from down here think that we're top notch. And even though you are going to have some individuals that say it, it's ignorance at its finest. You know what I'm saying? But overall, in general, people have pride in where they come from. And we're not talking just gangs. We're talking about just regular people. Regular people are proud of their schools, their cities, their areas that they grow up in, even though they're not gang related. People are proud of their hometowns. That's why whenever you see them in talk shows or game shows or in the news, they always shout out their hometown, like, woo, and it's that pride in their hometown, and it's like you don't own the town, like or if somebody's insulting the town in which you grew up in, or your neighborhood, or your high school, or your college, or whatever, people get offended. That's why you see people throwing putazos. They get down in football games, basketball games, soccer games. America Chivas, or just even political. You see the political sites, trying to run each other over and shooting at each other and socking each other. When they were having those protests and everything like that, it gets deadly when we're talking about people left in comas and sports event. And those incidents are not caused by gang members. Those are incidents that have to do with in general what's going on around them. It's nothing to do with gangs. But yeah, you see how people are quick to turn violent and stuff like that, right? Like even in certain other ethnicities, or religion, in the Middle East, all the problems with their in warfare and everything like that is all caused by religion, or why some groups are not fond of other groups, like Iranians and Egyptians. You know what I mean? Or Vietnamese and Chinese, or Chinese and Japanese, because Asian groups, tend to feud amongst themselves too. They hate on other Asian groups. I have Cambodian homies who have hated on other Asian groups and vice versa. You know what I mean? I have had some homies that are Philippine that have talked down on other Asian groups, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Yeah, I was like, man, I thought only Hispanics do that. You know what I mean? Because Mexicans talk shit about Salvadorians talk shit about Mexicans, and blah 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 blah. And then it is kind of like there's this coworker at my job, right? And the homie is from Jamaica, right? And he gets really really mad if you confuse him for a black, like a black from here, from the, he doesn't. Him and there's another homie who's from Africa, right? They're actually from those countries, right? They don't like the blacks from the United States. Why? I don't know. I always try to get them to tell me, but their explanations never make any sense. You know what I mean? And they call them the N-words, bro, but like actually dissing them. And these fools are from Africa, Jamaica, and it's like, damn, bro, like that's wild to me. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's a trip, bro. That kind of stuff just like it trips me out. I'm like, they're trying to understand these fools, and it's like, damn, man, like they have so much hatred towards them, and it's like more than like a neo-Nazi. Why, bro? And it's like that shit never making any sense to me. But then it's kind of like I have met some Mexicans who don't like Mexicans from the United States either. They hate on us for some odd reason. I don't know why. But, and that has nothing to do with gangs. But see, people are just bred it that way. So people understand why, there's rivalries amongst, gangs and stuff like that, because everybody has that rivalry in them. They just play stupid at their convenience. They want to understand the life, and then they don't. They understand. They just want to see, when they start understanding, they feel like they're showing them sympathy or justifying it, when it's not that. It's understanding. There's a difference from understanding something to you showing them sympathy or you idolizing it. You know what I mean? There's a difference. But see, it's your bias opinion that has you feeling that way, that you're showing them some kind of justification when you're not. You're just understanding, bro. There's a big ass difference. I could understand something and not like it. You know what I mean? But see, people don't know how to separate the two. But overall, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments. I'm Shadow, we out.